It's so awesome to know that I've been at this for 6 months already, half a year, which is pretty awesome, I gotta say. And overall, it's been an awesome experience. I'm learning a lot on the job. I'm learning a lot at school. And if some of you guys are new, I'm gonna give you a quick summary of what these videos and what I'm doing. I'm basically giving you guys a month by month update on my experience, being a pipe fitter apprentice in the union. I'm giving you guys a perspective of someone who came completely green into this trade. So I'm just going to continue giving you guys an update once a month, all the way until I'm a journeyman, and even after that. So with all that being said, let's just get started. So for the month of November, I can probably say I was finally sworn in, which was pretty awesome. I got to go to one of the meetings that the union was having. Us all first year apprentices had to go, and of course we had to take an oath and be sworn in front of basically the meeting of the guys that were there. And on the job that I'm currently on, I finally got to install hangers, and hangers are very crucial because they have to be set in a way where it has to hold like a lot of weight of the pipe. So it's also pretty cool, installing the hangers and looking at the prints as well to see where the hangers are going to be installed and in what way or in what order they're going to be installed. So looking at the prints and seeing it on paper and then seeing it in person, that literally just gives you a whole different perspective on the whole job site. Something that I was also working with is I hanged pipe. I was hanging Victolic piping, and I also been hanging copper piping as well. And some of these pipes I got to move around with a roustabout. A roustabout is something that's like for really heavy pipe. It basically just helps you lift it up onto the hanger. So I have been working with that a little bit as well, because that Vic piping, that steel piping, is not light at all. Another awesome thing that I did on the job that I haven't done as much, but I did it, I soldered a few copper joints. Of course, this is something I want to get more into practice. The higher we go in the building, it's all gonna be like 9 floors of this. So for sure, I know I'm gonna have a lot of experience by time. And I'm not gonna lie to you, soldering could be a little bit intimidating once you get the hang of it. I've been taking a lot of advice from the journeymen that, have been working with me. A lot of them do it different, but it's all the same thing. The main objective, of course, is to get that joint soldered and get a good seal on it. Another thing I did as well is, related to hangers, is that some hangers were missing locations. Like we would look at the print and we would notice that those hangers are missing. So what we would do, we would go up, drill a hole. So we would put like a specific screw after we drilled with threads at the bottom of it, and then we would screw in the rod for the hanger. And I actually did that quite a few times. Now that was on the job, and what I'm doing on the job. Now let's move on to school. School, like I said on last video, I am doing math, and I also am doing soldering and brazing. The math is going well, but of course, since the program is so, quick, you really have to do a lot of picking up to do. You really have to study in on the assignments that are given by, the instructor, and practice. When it came to soldering and brazing, it went pretty smooth. But of course, like I mentioned not so long ago, that with experience on the job, my soldering and brazing will get better. Of course, when you put those into practice on the job in real life. And to give you guys a quick summary of what happened in the month of November, I was sworn in, which is awesome. I installed hangers. I looked at the prints to locate where the hangers go, which that was pretty awesome as well. I hanged pipe. I hanged Victolic piping, and I hanged what's called the condensate lines for a copper. I used a roustabout to hang pipe or move pipe somewhere that it had to be. Of course, I got to do some soldering on the job, and I cannot wait to do more. I, of course, drilled holes for hangers that were missing. I had to use a hammer drill to get through that concrete. And now moving on to the school, math is going well. It just takes time to, implement it in your head. And soldering and brazing, like I mentioned, it went smooth at school. But of course, it takes time, to get better at soldering. And, of course, the best practice is going to be on the job when you're there one-on-one for hours with your journeyman. soldering a few joints on a run. Thank you guys so much for watching if you made it all the way to the end. And once again, if you guys have any questions, let me know down below. I answer every question, with the best of my knowledge to you guys. And even if you guys out there who are in the trade and have been at it for years, and if you have any advice, also leave it down below for people to see as well. Once again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next month. But for right now, guys, have a blessed day.